Cardano's strategy for the year includes a focus on integrating the global financial industry by establishing a global economy that reduces income and wealth disparities across nations, including Africa. This aim has been one of the desires of Ethereum expert and co-founder Vitalik Buterin. He commended Cardano's efforts and disclosed shocking news about its great potential. So be sure to watch the video to the end as this disclosure will be revealed. 28-year-old Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has taken to his Twitter page that he was no longer a billionaire. Co-founding the blockchain network in 2014, he had watched the Ether token crash by 59% after hitting an all-time high of around $4,800 in November 2021, when his holding was valued at around $1.5 billion. Buterin published the Ethereum white paper in November 2019 and announced the launch of Ethereum at the North American Bitcoin Conference in Miami in January 2014, delivering a speech to the crowd about Ethereum's potential and its functionality. He launched Ethereum with help from another big name in crypto, Charles Hoskinson, who also amassed a huge net worth. Buterin had promised that Ethereum would bring a whole new industry to crypto and innovations beyond what anyone thought was possible. He watched the world he created evolving with a mixture of pride and dread. Ethereum has made a handful of men unfathomably wealthy, pumped pollutants into the air, and emerged as a vehicle for tax evasion, money laundering, and mind-boggling scams. In defense, he explained in the video that crypto itself had a lot of dystopian potential if implemented wrongly. He hopes Ethereum will become the launchpad for all sorts of socio-political experimentation, fair voting systems, urban planning, universal basic income, and public work projects. Later on, he acknowledged that his vision for the transformative power of Ethereum was at the risk of being overtaken by greed, but he worked it out by reluctantly taking on a bigger role to shape its future. Currently, Buterin's stance about Ethereum has been quite unsure. He has shifted his gaze into another crypto, which is Cardano. Recently, he set up a pair of polls on Twitter from the Ethereum community. You wake up in 2035, and 80% of all transactions and savings in the world are in one currency, not Ethereum. Which would you prefer it to be? He wrote. In his first tweet, he asked his followers to choose a suitable currency from Bitcoin, USD, Sol, and ADA in his first tweet. The second tweet was to choose from Tron, BNB, CNY, and NEO. The first poll ended with 600,697 votes, and the second with 358,743 votes. Cardano topped the results of the first poll, followed by Bitcoin and Solana. While the Ethereum co-founders' polls appear to be funny and maybe childish, it attracted many comments and likes on social media, with people questioning his motives for posting such polls. Eyebrows were also raised at the choice of cryptocurrencies included, including whether votes were made by bots and the likelihood that 80% of transactions will be in one currency. Is Vitalik looking for a new job? A Bitcoin trader Tone Vase commented on his post. Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO of cryptocurrency exchange FTX, also opened. The results are wild. However, several people established that Buterin's polls only reflected the popularity of certain cryptocurrencies among his followers and Twitter users, emphasizing that they have no bearing on the popularity of a particular cryptocurrency in the real world. Buterin has earlier commended the effort behind the blockchain project, tagged as Ethereum killer Cardano. According to him, Cardano has come to the crypto world with a different approach than Ethereum. This opinion was supported in an interview with Lex Fridman, an artificial intelligence researcher. Vitalik pointed out that Cardano has interesting ideas. However, he noted that he was not a big fan of the deep rigor approach adopted by Cardano's developers, stating that in most times, overrated. He proceeded to discuss the ongoing competition among blockchain projects and concluded that it was healthy as the shortcomings of one are a means to learn from another. Hoskinson went ahead to discuss what he disliked in the Ethereum movement, pointing out its arrogance and lack of interest in learning about the successes and failures of other major cryptocurrency projects, such as Cardano, Solana, and IOTA. The Achilles heel of the Ethereum movement is their inability as a movement, in my view, to understand where they have blind spots, or cognitive biases, or unfair thoughts. Not a lot of people, the rank and file in the Ethereum land, will acknowledge that Cardano has legitimately done interesting things. Charles Hoskinson has replied subtly to Vitalik's plea to develop more meaningful blockchain projects that will benefit Zambia and Africa in general, claiming that he has failed to recognize his considerable impact on the African cryptocurrency and blockchain industry. Following Buterin's remark, Hoskinson believed that his efforts, as well as those of the entire Cardano team, to promote Africa had not been closely monitored by Ethereum CEO. He referenced Buterin's message with a gif that reads, "Dude, where have you been?" Cardano's strategy for the year is also focused on integrating the global financial system by establishing a global economy that reduces income and wealth disparities across nations, including Africa. Also, he mentioned that the Cardano team will establish a peer-to-peer lending network in Africa, namely Kenya, to realize this objective. According to him, the project will transfer billions of dollars from wealthy countries to Africa. If we succeed, billions of dollars will flow from the industrialized world to the developing world, which has higher interest rates, he stated. In retrospect to his interview with Lex Fridman, Vitalik Buterin stated that he created Ethereum with 8 developers, and Charles Hoskinson was one of them. However, when the project took off, neither Hoskinson nor Buterin could agree on the trajectory for that project. Buterin had plans to keep Ethereum as a non-profit organization with open source, decentralized governance. This contradicted Hoskinson's motive to accept venture capital and create a for-profit entity. So in June of 2014, Hoskinson left Ethereum to set up a new project, which of course was Cardano. Buterin registered his candid opinion about Hoskinson's progression and maturity in a lot of ways. He noted that the current Charles was quite different from the 2014 Charles. He made it clear that both of them have demonstrated their different approaches. Where Buterin sees Ethereum as implementing heuristic arguments, Cardano looks to academic proofs. He concluded that Cardano's outstanding potential is highly commendable. So, do you share the same opinion? Futuristic and feature-rich cryptocurrencies like Cardano have made crypto adoption initiatives smoother and more worthy. Cardano is speeding with full force to outrun its biggest rivals, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and ultimately replace them. According to the results of Buterin's polls, it is no longer news that Cardano is rising to a level of prominence. Cardano is where cryptocurrencies are headed, not where they have been. The fact that ADA USD is more energy efficient and superior when it comes to facilitating DeFi transactions and smart contracts makes it one of the most useful digital tokens, and a compelling alternative for investors who desire exposure to cryptocurrencies that are not run on exorbitant prices. While other cryptocurrencies are risky investments, Cardano is worth it. In a recent tweet, Hoskinson seemingly took a swipe at the Ethereum expert. Buterin had to express his inner struggles, which he tagged as some open contradictions in my thoughts and values. He spoke of the contradictions between his desire to see Ethereum as a more Bitcoin-like system and the realization that achieving this will require quite a lot of active, coordinated short-term changes. He also highlighted his desire to see Ethereum become a layer 1 blockchain that can outlive extreme circumstances. Responding to the thread of tweets, Hoskinson suggested that it was time for him to come over to Cardano. He said, "It's not too late to come over to Cardano." According to Hoskinson, who has been on a decade-long quest to transform traditional finance, developers need more long-term vision. He laid out Cardano's plans and mentioned its 127 projects in development and how the first half of 2022 will be an essential window for commercialization and utility of Cardano's projects. This is still underway, but we expect achievements of this prediction. Probably June's Vaso hard fork will do the needful for these projects. It is true that despite Cardano's strong community, it has been criticized for its slow progress and lengthy development timelines. The network has achieved major milestones, but concerns remain that real utility for the platform was still on the distant horizon. Cardano's potential to change the financial system positively and previous accomplishments have attracted favorable comments and approvals. I haven't thought about buying ADA for months, if not years at this point, but honestly, it could be the move right now, a tweet read. So, would you like to share your thoughts too? Let us have them in the comment section below. And of course, be sure you click on the subscribe and bell buttons.